Good evening. Tonight's story is a journey of unimaginable loss, unexpected grace, and the kind of transformation that only love and adversity can bring. It's about a man who had everything taken from him: his legs, his career, his relationships, but found a new meaning to life in the one person who never left his side. In this story, you'll find heartbreak, suspense, mystery, and in the end, a quiet kind of triumph that speaks to the soul. So lean in, let the fire warm your heart, and listen closely to what happens when the lowest point in life becomes the beginning of everything good. Tyler Hughes was 31 when the world closed in. Once a regional track champion from Austin, Texas, Tyler had built his entire life around speed. From high school medals to college scholarships and then sponsorship deals, his legs were his identity, his pride, his joy. He was known for breaking records at Zilker Park and for that easy smile that always said, "Catch me if you can." But in August 2022, it started with a cramp that wouldn't go away, then swelling, then purple bruising without injury, then a sudden collapse during a training run. Doctors ran every test. The diagnosis came slow: an extremely rare autoimmune condition that attacked blood vessels in his legs, causing necrosis. By September, amputation was no longer optional. Both legs gone. The news spread fast. Friends sent texts that slowed and then stopped. His girlfriend, Amanda, who had once whispered about forever, visited once, then never again. His manager ended his contract. His world emptied. He was left in a small Austin apartment surrounded by trophies he couldn't look at. And pain. So much pain. Not just in the stumps beneath the bandages, but the kind that screams from the chest, outward. He drank too much. Slept too little. Until Linda showed up. His mother, a retired schoolteacher who still called him my Ty. She appeared one morning, keys in one hand, soup in the other, and said, "Get your stuff. You're coming home." Tyler fought her. "I'm not a child." "No," she said calmly. "You're a man who needs his mother." Her house in Georgetown was quiet, sun-dappled, full of old books and flower pots. The room she gave him used to be her sewing space. She kept the machine. For the first few days, he didn't speak. But Linda, she did. She read him poetry, made breakfast whether he ate or not, played vinyl jazz on Sundays, and every night she wheeled his chair to the porch and sat beside him, sipping tea. "Stillness doesn't mean the end," she'd say. "Sometimes it means preparation." One morning in late October, Tyler awoke to the sound of laughter. Children. Outside the window. He rolled to the porch. There, across the street, was a boy, maybe 7, racing a makeshift obstacle course of cones and chalk. He was fast, but he had prosthetic legs. Linda noticed his gaze. "That's Elijah. His mum says he watches your old races on YouTube." That night, Tyler pulled up one of his own races for the first time since the surgery. He watched himself run, fluid, powerful, joyful, and then he watched again and again. He cried for hours. The next morning, Linda left an envelope by his cereal bowl. Inside was a note. Go watch the sunrise tomorrow. Wheel to the hill. Just trust me. He did. She had packed a blanket and thermos. At the hilltop, the sky peeled open with pinks and golds. Tyler watched it in silence. Then he heard rustling. Linda, behind him, with two people. Elijah and his mom, she said. They wanted to say hi. Elijah beamed. You're Tyler Hughes. You ran the mile in under 4 minutes. Tyler forced a smile. That was a long time ago. The boy held up his running blades. I still can't run straight. You want to help me? Something shifted in Tyler's chest. They met every Saturday after that. At first, Tyler just gave tips. Then he started helping other kids, then adults. Linda turned the garage into a makeshift gym. Tyler from his chair became a coach. Word spread. Articles were written. Donations arrived. A non-profit offered to help open a real training space. By summer 2023, Rise Adaptive Athletics opened in Austin. And at the ribbon cutting, Tyler stood, not on real legs, but prosthetics. They hurt, but he stood. Linda held his arm. In an interview later that year, a reporter asked him, would you go back if you could have your legs again? Tyler paused, thought, then smiled. No, he said, because I would have missed this. He looked toward Linda, sitting beside Elijah in the front row. I would lose them again to find this purpose and to understand what real strength looks like. She gave that to me. Sometimes, when life strips everything away, it's doing it to make room for something deeper. Love that doesn't flinch, purpose that doesn't fade, and people who show up when everyone else leaves. If this story touched you, let it move you to show up for someone else. Be that one person. Be that blessing. Until next time, stay warm by the fire, and don't ever let despair blind you to the miracles right beside you.